ਅੱਜ ਦਾ show, what we're talking about today is education, young children, the next generation. ਆਪਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੰਪਲੇਂਟ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਯੂਜੂਅਲੀ, ਸਾਡੇ ਮਾਪਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਸਾਡੀ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਧਰਮ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੇ, ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਇੰਗੇਜ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਆਈਪੈਡਾਂ ਮੂਹਰੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾਓ, ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾਣ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ। ਵੈਲ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ onus is on us, ਆਪਾਂ ਐਜ਼ ਦੇ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਟੀਚਰ ਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆ ਜੀ ਫਰਜ਼ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਰਸਤੇ ਪਾਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਮੈਥਡ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰੀਏ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਰੂਹ ਲੱਗੇ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ 'ਚ, ਦਿਲਚਸਪ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ। And one of those things that my kids like doing, and I'm sure your kids like doing, is colouring in and playing with colours, drawings. And I'm so glad today कि ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ from Sikh colouring ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਰਣਜੀਤ ਕੌਰ and PreetRaj ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਸ਼ੋ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆ ਜੁਗਾੜ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ and it's amazing what you do. ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸੋ, just tell us what you do.
Yes, so I'm the illustrator of Sikh colouring books, and I enjoy creating resources for children for education and so that they can learn Sikhi in a really fun way and get back into roots for Punjabi, Sikhi, and it's really enjoyable for them.
When we go to the shop or to the market, then मैं हमेशा अपने बच्चों लिए colouring books लेके आना होना, like कोई Peppa Pig one, कोई Avengers one, but मैं कदे नहीं देखी उत्थे कोई like a religious colouring book. So how did you get the concept? ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਨ 'ਚ idea ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ?
I think necessity is the basic answer for that. You know, when we had kids, we were having the same existential questions. How are we going to get our kids in line with our faith? How are we going to get them connected to our roots? So the basic idea came to us when our children were in nursery. We said, Vaisakhi aa rahi hai, how are we going to tell other children? Christmas Day, you know, or Easter Day, they're currying cooker and whatnot sort of thing. Yeah. How are we going to tell other children that this is important for us? Yeah. So we created this little A5 3-page stapled booklet of Sikh images and said, this is Vaisakhi and here you go, here's a present for Vaisakhi. And you know, for our kids, they're always saying, why are we wearing patake? Why are we wearing the stara?
Gee.
So we wanted to show them that this is normal, you know.
And what was the response to that?
It was amazing. It was really good. So this 3-page booklet with some colouring pencils, and parents were overwhelmed and said, could you make a book? And I was like, my background's IT. How do I make a book? I had no idea. So we researched and we learned quickly that we could make a book. And then once we started that trial, we just thought, we'd try this out, see how this goes. And it went within days. And then camps started and they started ordering and wanted specific books. Then the second book came out. And then it just kept rolling. And demand was so much that people wanted more books about Sikhi, Punjabi, getting back into roots, connecting, that we've been going with the flow.
When did you start this? What year?
2016.
Now you mentioned the colouring pencils. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਚੇਤਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਫਰੈਂਡਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਖੰਡ ਪਾਠ ਤੇ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਤੇ, and as a gift to us, ਜਦੋਂ ਲੱਡੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, they gave us these books, and perhaps not these ones, but they were exactly, and pencils. And when we brought them home, my kids were so happy, like Kushi, my daughter, was so happy, and she was like, oh, look at this. And my wife, who's well into this sort of stuff, you know, so she's the like antithesis, so she's the mega religious one, and I'm the sort of non-veg one in our family. Well, that's the balance. But she was so happy. She goes, oh, I'm so glad that something like this. And since then, you've expanded on that. So tell us, products again.
Yeah, so we've expanded to framed art as well. Yeah. We have so that's for posters for children for the alphabet. Yeah. And the Punjabi numbers as well, so that they can have it in their bedrooms or playroom, so they can learn in so many different ways.
To learn to them to count Punjabi or recognize the Punjabi numbers. So we created a poster so they can put that in their rooms.
What about this you've got in front of you? What is that?
So this is the Gurmukhi alphabet book. And
Gurmukhi alphabet. There we go. So ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਊੜਾ ਐੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਿੱਖਣਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਊੜਾ ਐੜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਿੱਖਦੇ. Have a look at this.
So the way we've done with this book is we've incorporated the Sikhi aspect as well. So instead of saying ura und, we've picked up 3 words from Gurbani with each letter. So it links in more with Sikhi as well. So so again, it's got the colouring aspect, it's got the writing aspect. It's to make it a bit more fun.
And that's basic. I think any kid can do this. Like, you know,
adults as well.
Yeah, adults as well.
You'd be surprised.
I will be going home and doing it. And what other stuff you've done? You've got all of these books here, and they go through different phases of Sikhism.
Yeah, so they start off with the basic book, with the Sikh colouring book, which is, you know, just for the younger children.
That's for the young kids.
And it's got basic drawings. Then you get to the next one, which is a colouring book, but also multiple choice questions in that book there. That's a Gurmat colouring book.
Brilliant.
And then we created the Guru Nanak Dev Ji's book, which tells the children about Guru Nanak Dev Ji's 3 virtues, Naam Japana, Kirtana, Vand Chakana. And then, so basically bite-sized topics we've explored with.
Like Amrit ceremony here, the creation of the Khalsa, which we spoke about last week on Navasaki show.
And that's actually a storybook. So that's our first storybook that we've done, the creation of Khalsa.
And Seva activity books about the different aspects of Seva. Now, the $1 million question, कि तुसी funded किद्दां है?
We've self-funded.
आप ही अपनी जेब चों?
Yeah.
But this is something we created. This was, you know, we saw the need for our children, and as when our kids got to 3-year-old, they started to learn English. We said, okay, we need to have a book for them so they can learn Punjabi.
But ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਇਹ self funded project ਨਾਲ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ? ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹਰ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਐਂਡ ਹਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਘਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਈਵਨ ਯੂ ਡੋਨਟ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਅ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੰਗਰਾਂ ਵੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਅਪੀਲ ਆ ਗਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹਟ ਜਾਓ, ਪਰ ਜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਖਰਚਾ ਘਟਾ ਕੇ ਇੱਧਰ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਡੋਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਿਓ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ। Everyone needs help, right? And I'm sure you lot could do the extra bit of help.
Yeah, especially with the app.
You know, right?
Yeah, so
and ਤੁਸੀਂ full time ਕੰਮ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ?
No, this is my full time.
ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ full time ਕਰਦੇ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਮ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ?
So I used to be in IT,
yeah,
Unix analyst, and since having children and seeing the demand for these resources and creating these and also framed art, hukunames, the app. So
ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ app ਬਣਾਇਆ?
Yeah.
So app ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸੋ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ।
So the app is amazing. So it was another request from Sangat that can you create our children who are digitalized, who are very into devices, to create something that could be fun for them when they're in the Gurdwara or they're waiting in the opticians, anywhere, so we can get them to color rather than just watch YouTube. So that's when we created the Sikh colouring app. It's a free app to download, and the first 5 images are free, and it's amazing.
That is brilliant. So now we can do the colouring on the apps, just like kids have got apps and draw apps and all of that. So ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਬਣਾਇਆ, ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਤੇ ਵੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੋਣਾ, ਐਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਆ, ਫ੍ਰੀ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਰਾਈਟ, ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ, ਇੱਕ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇਣ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ, ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ ਨਾ, ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਆ, ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਭਵਿੱਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਮੈਂਟ ਆ। ਤਾਂ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਵਾਰਥ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਲਈ, ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੌਮ ਦੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਉਪਰਾਲੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੋਅ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਫਰਜ਼ ਬਣਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰੀਏ। ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਜੀ we should do. I bet you get asked for people to give you these things for free all the time.
You get that occasionally.
That means every day.
You know, there's a lot. We print these locally in the UK. We want to help the economy here as well. So, you know, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, of course. ਇੱਦਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਘਰ ਵੀ ਵੇਚ ਦਿਓ ਤਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ।
The way we see it is the income that we get from this helps us keep motivated to produce more resources, and that benefits the whole community.
Well, the bigger picture is, look how many kids you're helping, look how many parents you help. You know, you try and get kids to be quiet for an hour. मैं तो आज तक achieve कर नहीं सकिया, है ना? But through this, I can see my kids being attentive and colouring in and learning, and giving them the sort of education that we weren't given. ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਉਹ ਹੋਰ ਸੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ we have to do this. There was no explanations given. We just had to do something out of tradition, out of read, or because out of routine. But here, ਜੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ educate ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ, you know, then who's to say that we would have been, oh, I would have come out a lot better and I would have come out a lot more learned. I wouldn't be have to learning stuff in my age now that I should have learnt when I was a kid.
I think that's the thing about, you know, our generation, our parents were struggling. So they didn't have the time to spend with us.
All kind of routine by working in the foundries and stuff like this. But now I think people my age watching, we can definitely help them out. Check out their website or scroll te aa raha hega, sikhcolouring.com, and please help them. And if they've got a donate button on their page, which I'm sure they will have, or a GoFundMe one, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਦੱਬ ਕੇ 5-10 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ, ਕੋਈ ਮਾੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪੈਸਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਹੋ ਜੂ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਥਰੂ ਸਾਡੇ ਗਾਹਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਭਵਿੱਖ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਹੈਲਪ ਹੋ ਜੂ. Anything else that you want to say?
Yes, knowing it's your birthday this weekend.
It is my birthday this weekend.
We have another personalised item that we do for Sangat, but it's another way to learn Punjabi. So here's one for you.
ਕੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ? ਖੋਲ ਲਈਏ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਣਾ.
ਚੀਜੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ ਚੀਜੀ.
ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ.
ਖੁੱਲਦੀ ਬਣੀ ਖੁੱਲ ਜਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਲੈ ਏਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ.
Other way.
Are they? Acha. Oh, palle. Oh my God! This is brilliant. Look at this.
This is another way we've tried to bring Punjabi and Gurmukhi into the forefront.
ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੱਗ. ਇੱਥੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ Harjap in English and in Punjabi. You have got to get one of these. Everyone watching, don't get the Harjap one. Get one with your own name on it. So ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲਓ. ਆ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ
Yes.
And ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ.
Yes.
So all you kids out there and your mummies and daddies and bibis and babbas and nannies, you need to get one of these, sikhcolouring.com, get one. ਇਹ 'ਚ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਆ ਕਰੋ ਨਾਲੇ ਮਿਲਕ ਨਾਲੇ ਪੀ ਕੇ ਹੋਇਓ strong. Thank you very much Ranjeet ਤੇ PreetRaj ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਆ. Wishing you the best with your endeavours and ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ and hopefully ਗਾਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ show ਤੇ ਆਇਓ and let us know how you're getting on and carry on even when you feel like ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੈਲਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ. It's amazing. People out there do appreciate you. ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਸੀ someone bought it and to give out, so it's all started from there, so well done.
Thank you.